Good night, everyone. Welcome. I'm waiting for you guys to get in. Let me go ahead and share this out. Welcome, everyone. I am sharing this live real quick. All right, my special guest is coming on.
Yo.
Hi, Bryan.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
How
How are
you
you?
doing?
Girl, I am great. I am feeling amazing. How you doing? I'm over here pouring my wine, trying not to spill it.
Wait. Did you pour
How
it
you?
out already? Because I gotta, you gotta do a cheers, honey.
Oh yeah. I got you. I got you. You ready? What we
Yes.
cheering to?
We are cheering to great conversation, success,
Yes.
and wealth.
Yeah, I welcome all of it. Hey.
Yes. So how was your day today?
My day was amazing. I literally just got back from an engagement shoot in
Oh,
Miami, and that was great. That really went great. It was great vibes.
okay.
I just upgraded one of my cameras, and today was one of my first time using it for this shoot. So I was like a kid in the play store, in the candy store, really. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun though. No, but my day was amazing. What about you?
It was pretty good. I just worked today like always. But you said you did an engagement
Work.
shoot?
Yeah.
I gotta go back.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
How
ahead.
did
Yeah.
so an engagement shoot? That means that did she know that she already engaged or was a surprise?
Oh no! So this wasn't the surprise proposal. This was the actual engagement shoot. Like this is the photo shoot we're doing, so we can save the dates and send that out to all our guests. That's the shoot that we did. Yeah. Like
Okay.
yeah, the shoot right before the wedding.
Gotcha. So
Mm-hmm.
she already knew. I thought it was like a surprise and you had to like pop up and
Oh no.
it
I
doesn't
mean,
like,
I've
oh,
done quite a few
perfect.
surprise proposals, and I'm pretty good at like helping the guys out when it comes to planning it.
Yeah.
But no. Today was an actual engagement shoot.
Okay, well that's good.
Oh,
So I know you are a busy man. I just want to say thank you for agreeing to come on with
man, you
me.
already know. I mean, come on now. You already blessed my camera anyway, and besides that, like when you told me about the podcast, I was like, oh yeah, I have to tap in.
Yeah, I
Yes,
appreciate it.
of course, it's all good.
So I wanted to, so as everyone knows, Bryan is a professional photographer and he is so amazing. He actually just did my photos that I um, took for my branding shoot and they came out so great. And his work is
You
spectacular.
did your thing.
Thank you. Listen, my daughter is still like, where is Mr. Bryan? I want to see more photos. My mom is like, how do you remember his name? Like, I'm just like, how does she remember your name? Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy. You definitely left an impact on her. I don't know how, but you did. So,
Nah, this is something. Nah, she was out there getting it too. She had the stances and all the
yeah.
poses going on. I was like, all right, I'm ready for my photo shoot, guys.
So, I
Yeah, cut out there. What you saying? You muted. I can't hear you. What you said?
I'm sorry. Can you
I
hear
had
me?
like 8 seconds. I couldn't hear you. What you say?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. No, I was saying that I know you are on a strict time limit, so I want to get started.
Oh yeah, man, you good? You good? You good? Check.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'll let you know. You'll know. My body gonna tell you before I
you
do.
just start like,
So, but
what'd you
nah, you
say?
good.
Okay, cool. Can you see the comments and everything and
Yeah.
what's going on? Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure that you could see what's going on. So do you remember? Well, obviously you probably remember, when we worked together. But did you remember when I was like, "Is your name Smitty?" Do you remember that
Was
name?
that like back when Renaya was still down here? Back when you were still at the studio, or no?
That was when we did the photo shoot for my client at her house.
Okay, yeah, in Parkland. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you was like, "No, it's Bryan," and I'm like, "Oh snaps!" And then I was like, So, where are you from? And you said you're from a part of some like somewhere in Africa, part of Africa, right? Like, where are you from?
Oh yeah, yeah. So I had did my DNA ancestry test, and I'm Cameroonian and Nigerian. Like a lot of
Oh,
my roots are from there. I'm like mostly Cameroonian and Nigerian.
oh, so you went and did a DNA test. This is not like where
Yeah.
you're actually. This is not like somewhere where your family grew up that you
Oh
know.
yeah, nah. Nah, I just had got my results. African American, but you know, a lot of times we don't even check our family history and our ancestry like that.
Yeah.
And I'm big on, you know, learning black history in general, and also learning more about myself and my culture, where I came from. Because you know we may be black in America, but you know we come from Africa. So I was just curious about knowing exactly where I was from. And yeah,
Okay.
that
So
was
that threw me left because this whole time I'm thinking that your family that you knew like your family was there or you know what I mean? I
oh
thought
yeah,
literally I was
nah.
where you were born and raised.
Yeah,
So
nah. They in Florida and California, girl, and and just all
oh
throughout US pretty much.
okay.
Yeah, nah.
So okay. So now that twists everything up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. My
So
bad.
you were born here in Florida.
Yeah, I was born and raised in South Florida. So yeah, originally from Fort Lauderdale, like Lauderdale, Florida.
Mhm.
Grew up in Pompano Beach, Florida. Yeah, like I said, born and raised in South Florida. So yeah.
Okay. So I seen that. Well, let me not go there yet because I'm gonna get to that part.
Uh-oh.
So you were born and raised here, and you after high school and everything. What high school did you go to?
I went to Deerfield Beach High School.
Deerfield Beach.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And how was like after high school? Like, did you start doing photography in high school? How was that? Like, how did you get to that?
So so I started actually when I really thought about it, like I actually started photography like at a very young age. So you remember those like the Polaroid, like the disposable cameras? So
Yeah.
my grandma used to have them, right?
Yeah.
And I used to be with her a lot of times, and we'll go to Walgreens so she can get them processed and everything, get them developed. So that was like my first entry into photography.
Hmm.
Um, However, like I didn't pick up my first camera until college. Um,
Oh.
yeah, so for me, like I've always been in media. So
Hmm.
growing up, I always had like a attraction to, you know, computers and cameras and, you know, just even radio when we had the cassettes and we can like record the
Yeah.
radio stations. Like
Hmm.
I used to use that as well. So eventually, I mean, fast forward, you know, got to college, and I knew I wanted to, you know, do something with media, do something with cameras, and so my aunt she bought me a camera for I want to say Christmas, and for like a whole year I never used the camera, like I never picked it up. Like I was in college, like I just never picked it up.
Hmm.
Even though like my major was broadcast journalism, I'm still in the media realm. Obviously there's like a love for it. However, like I just had my camera, I never used it until like a friend one day just said, "Hey Brian, I need you to take these pictures." So I did it, and then when I did it, like it just felt good. It felt really good, and I was like, you know what, I want to explore this more. So from there, it just took off. I just never put it down after that.
So when he asked you to take the photo of it, was it with the camera that you had, or was it just like a regular camera phone picture?
It was the camera I had. So I believe it was a graduation shoot, and a friend was like, oh, I need somebody to take my grad photos.
Oh,
So I was like, yeah, of course. So I did the grad photos. I liked them. They liked them. I think some other people seen it, and I just started doing projects from there.
mm.
Yeah.
So when you started, did you say this is something I can actually build a career over, or were you just like, oh, this is a little side hustle? Like, was that always your plan? Because you went to college, and I'm pretty sure that you had something else in mind.
Yeah. Nah. So it that point hit me once I did a graduation shoot, and it paid me for it. I think it was
Mm.
like $40.
Hmm.
And to me back then, I'm in college, right? So I'm getting by off of like $20 on $20 a week on gas. Like
Hmm.
I'm yeah, just living frugal. And you know, once I got paid for that shoot, I was like, wait, I can do something that I thoroughly enjoy and get paid
Mm.
for it. So that was when I knew like, yo, I can really do something with this. That was my
Right.
moment. Yeah.
So okay, so before that part,
Hmm.
did you have any dreams of becoming something else other than a photographer? Like, what was it? Like, so if someone asked you
Yeah.
when you were 14, like, "Hey, Brian, what do you want to be when you grow up?" What was that answer?
At first, I was a videographer because, like
Oh,
I said, I grew up in media, so I was always attracted to cameras. Elementary school, we had like a weekly newscast, like a weekly news station show,
yeah.
and I would help out as a weatherman, the cameraman on there. Middle school, I was in the magnet program for broadcasting communications, so I got introduced to cameras and radio and all that at a young
Oh.
age. And that trickled all the way through high school, all the way through college. But yeah, like growing up, I wanted to be a videographer. I didn't know how.
Mhm.
I just knew that I wanted to explore. Uh, I just wanted to explore deeper. I didn't know how I was going to be a videographer, but that's something I
Mm.
just always wanted to do.
Okay, so that's crazy because normally, we never really. I don't think even when I became a hairstylist, I didn't know that this was something I was going to do for a living.
Mm,
I was like, I want to be a heart surgeon or
yeah,
a brain surgeon or something that's
yeah,
going to pay me big bucks. So
yeah,
that's really dope that you actually had that calling from you were a child. And I want to tap back on when you said that in elementary school you were on like the morning announcements or weekly announcements or whatever.
yeah.
I actually did that as well.
For real?
Yes, I was the news anchor. I did the video work. It was pretty much who came first because everyone
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be like the news anchor
Mm-hmm.
or the lunch person or whatever. And I was just telling my client about it today, and I said that this was something, me doing this podcast is something that I think was always in me. Like I
Yeah,
always had a passion to connect with people and to speak on, live camera or whatever. And it brought me back to when I was a kid. And I'm like, damn, I really was doing something like this. Like I was really on the morning announcements and loving it. So that's pretty cool that, you were already tapping into it from a younger age.
yeah. Nah, definitely. Yeah, because I mean, even just thinking back then, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my
Mm-hmm.
life for real, because I was so involved in sports. I grew up playing sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just grew up playing sports, just heavily in football. So me being raised in the inner city, everybody's dream in that community is make it to the league, move your family out of the neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
and so that was, if I could say like my dream job, that was probably it back then. But for the most part, if it was, I knew that if it wasn't going to be football that brought me success in my life, then I wanted to be something in media.
In
And at the
media.
time, it was video.
Okay, that's what I
Photography
wanted.
just,
That's what I wanted you to tap on because I
yeah,
I seen that you played football in high
hmm,
school, and
yeah,
normally every football player in high school is get into the league and just make it. So I
yeah.
wanted to see if you was gonna tap back into that, but I knew it
Yeah.
was so long ago. You're probably like, shit, I don't even.
No,
That
I'm
don't
just a little rusty right now, either. That's all.
even-
But yeah, no, definitely.
Okay, so now when you started photography,
Yeah.
who did you look up to?
When I started photography, off the top of my head, I would say photos by Reem.
Mm.
I was one of the first photographers whose work really inspired me.
Mm.
Another was Mecca Gamble. She was one of the first Black women photographers that I seen like doing branding photography,
Mhm, mhm.
and I thought it was so dope. I was just once I saw her, that's what actually introduced me to branding photography. Just seeing her, and I was like, wait, so she really shoots for all these other entrepreneurs and helps them grow their business through the visuals. So she was somebody that I would say was an inspiration. Stand low photography and a few others, but yeah, I say those are the main three. I would say photos by Reem, Stand Low,
Mhm.
Gamble.
Nice. So I know with photography because what about it that actually made you like really fall in love? Because I know a picture can say 1,000 words. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Um, so when you did that first shoot and then you went out into the world, were you just like, damn, that chair is in a perfect spot? this will be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was your
Yeah.
thought process after, like?
I mean, that's a good question. I would say honestly, what really drew me into photography, I can definitely answer that. I'll just say that I was just so intrigued by all the different, well, so much. It was so much. So I want to say that I was intrigued by all the different things in photography that I needed to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the fact that I could, use my camera to tell a story and capture a
Mm-hmm.
moment. Just like in this essence, just like that, just capture that moment. So for me, that was dope.
Were you
Yeah,
capturing like random stuff, like just finding the beauty in everything?
yeah.
Was one of
Start
those like,
first. Yeah, like when I first started out, I'm taking pictures of fire hydrants, cars,
yeah.
yeah, things in my apartment, like the air freshener. Like if I didn't have somebody to shoot, I'm shooting something,
Mm-hmm.
because in the beginning of photography, one of the first things you'll learn is that you just have to pick up the camera and just shoot any and everything. And just for me, I just, once I started shooting, I just never wanted to put it down. And
Yeah.
especially when you learn about the different, like I said, the different levels of photography and learning about your camera and learning about composition and learning about, just the editing aspect,
Right.
just
Of it.
the post production. Like I
Mm-hmm.
was just intrigued by all of that.
Mm.
So in college, I would have, on the weekends, during the daytime, a lot of people be at day parties and things of that nature. But if I had some free time,
Mm-hmm.
I was in my apartment bedroom and I'm editing. I'm learning Photoshop. Like I'm doing. It was a photo shoot I would just do like the day or a few weeks before, and I'm on YouTube learning how to do frequency separation. That's the skin retouching to make y'all skin.
Look all
So just
fall.
learning, like I was just like I just dove head first into it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So how long has it been now?
So I've been shooting now going on 7 years. Yeah,
7 years. So
yeah.
7 years, you are a professional in the game. Tell me what a daily, like a day of Bryan is like. What is a day like for you nowadays?
Nowadays, so a day for me now is totally different from Brian in March 2021 or June 2021, really.
Hmm.
But nowadays, I wake up
You said
between 4:30.
2021.
Yeah, like
So like last year.
yeah, like last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm curious to hear this.
So, I would say a normal day for me now. I'm waking up anytime between 4:30 and 5 a.m. I go to group fitness training or personal training
Hmm.
at 5:30, or I'm also like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm on a group accountability call.
Hmm.
So like while I'm working out, I'm doing that and doing affirmations in the
While
morning.
you're working out.
Yeah. Nah, definitely, yeah. So I would do that, and then after the workout, 7, I want to say like, yeah, when I get back to my apartment, like around like 7 a.m., I'm reading. So I'm in an entrepreneurship group,
Hmm.
and they have a book club and a fitness accountability group. So
Hmm.
that's the fitness accountability group. That's what I told you about the call. That's what I
Hmm.
would be on during that time. But yeah, I'll
Hmm.
come back home, do a reading from the book club, and then at 7:45, hop on the entrepreneurship call, and it's a Zoom meeting, and we talk about business, entrepreneurship, mindset, all that good
Hmm.
stuff. Right? Dope. Um, yeah, so I do that, be on that call until about 9:30, and then that's when right after I get off the call, I'll pretty much plan my day. I'm trying to get into the habit, or I'm working towards getting into the habit of planning my day before,
Hmm.
because sometimes I can get into that. I can get into that habit of like waking up and just going with the flow, and
Hmm.
I realize like when I definitely more intentional with my days, I'm a
Hmm.
lot more productive. But yeah, so 10 a.m. That's when I would plan my day at like 9:30, and 10 a.m. That's when I would open up, business pretty much. That's when business opens up for me.
Hmm.
So from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. I'm doing, administration work. I'm answering emails. I'm on consultation calls. If I'm not shooting that day, if I have edits to do, I'm doing that. I'm handling just stuff on the back end.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, I mean, for the most part, and then, by the end of the day, making my way to Chipotle, get me a chicken bowl with some, with the vinaigrette. Can't forget the vinaigrette. And yeah, I mean, that's for the most part, that's pretty much my day, how it flows.
So,
Out there.
so, and this is just typically Monday through Friday, right?
Yeah, it's Monday through Friday.
So you have like a regular social, because I'd be like, does Bryan have a social life? It's like, you either take your photos, work it out. Like, I never see you out just chilling
Yeah.
ever. Or maybe you don't post it.
Yeah.
Like,
So I do have a social life, to answer that question. I do.
yeah.
But nowadays, I'll be honest, I
Focus.
don't as much because a lot of my friends, they actually like moved. So I don't have
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of like my day one friends that I'm down here with. And
Mm-hmm.
then a lot of times, yeah, I don't be outside like that. Like if I ain't working, I'd rather just stay home, watch snowfall or watch
Yeah.
some motivational YouTube or something like that. So I really don't be out like that.
Yeah.
However, it's also, I grew up just living like a private life. So me as a
Mm.
content creator, I'm the type I like to live in the moment. So I may be out doing some really fun stuff. I'm a fun guy. Don't get me wrong. However, I love to just live in the moment, even though I'm a
Yeah.
counselor. I know it sounds very counterintuitive. I'm a photographer, and
Yeah.
when it comes to my life for whatever reason, and I'm getting out of that habit as well, just documenting more.
Yeah.
So I have been doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but nah, yeah.
No, that's okay because at the end of the day, you have a lot of discipline, and that's an amazing, trait to have, especially being in the entrepreneurship lifestyle because we can easily get so drifted away,
Oh yeah.
or just our daily routine can just go left all the time. And I have my own personal morning routine that I do as well,
Mm,
and I try to look at the little things that I know will distract me, and I try to stay away from that,
mm-hmm.
especially so I can stay on it because, like you said, you have to be really intentional about your day, shit about your week, about your month, about your year.
Yeah.
So I totally, totally understand that. And listen, if I could get up at 5 a.m. and work out,
You could. You could. That's the thing. You could.
so I used
Listen,
to do 6 a.m.
I'm I'm a night owl. Like I would stay up. I used to stay up till like I'm doing all nighters. Like I'm staying up till the next day when the sun come up. And
Mm,
I was working out in the evening, and I would be inconsistent with it. And I was like, all right, well, something got to change. I don't know what it
yeah,
is, but like we really got to get this healthy lifestyle in order some way, somehow.
right.
So I just started playing around with going to the workouts at different times, and
Mm,
I just started going earlier and earlier and earlier. And I found my sweet spot with the 5:30 a.m. class, and
yeah,
and just honestly, it's also being around just great, amazing people that's doing dope
it's doing
stuff.
the same thing.
Yeah, right. And not even that, but just people that's like that I want to work
Yeah.
towards getting to, and just
Mm,
asking them, and just picking their brain about, oh yeah, so what time you wake up, and
mm,
what's your daily routine like? What's your morning routine like? And then you hear them saying like, oh yeah, I do, affirmation journaling, I do actual journaling,
mm-hmm,
I do meditation. I wake
mm-hmm.
up at 5:30. That was something that I found in common because I was
Yeah.
interviewing like a few people who are like millionaires,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked them, so what time you usually wake up? And a lot of them would say like, yeah, around like 5:30, 6 o'clock, something like that. I'm
Mm.
like, all right.
I get it because you get so much more done during the day.
Yeah,
You
nah,
you could like finish your whole day in the morning, waking up at 5 o'clock,
yeah.
and it's very productive. And I take my hat off to you when when it comes
Nah,
to that.
hey, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm definitely not perfect. It's some days that I'm still like, Brian, what are we doing?
I was
Like,
listen. I was just gonna
so,
lead into my next one.
like, yeah, I'm still human. Like, don't get it
Yeah.
twisted. Like, it's some days that is. Like now, I say nowadays, I'm definitely a lot more productive than I used to be. When I first started entrepreneurship
Yeah.
7 years ago, well, just started my business 4 years ago, and but from there to now, I definitely just say like I've gotten a lot more productive. But it's still some days that I will write a to-do list. I only get like one thing done.
One thing done, yeah, and that's just human.
Yeah, and it's
And then you
just
got the
like
days you kill the whole list. So
yeah, nah, exactly, right before 12 p.m. Right, so,
yeah.
yeah,
So
just working.
let's tap back into when you said you have those days. What is your motivational speech to yourself in your mind when you wake up and you're just having one of those days? Like, how do you get past that hump?
I'm still learning that. However, I will journal. I will go into gratitude mode pretty much, and just really just going to talk to God and just thanking Him. Just being grateful for everything I have, where I am, and then those days when I really don't feel motivated to do what I need to do, I'll think about my why behind why it is that I do what I do. And I think about my nephews, and I think about my nieces. I think about my goddaughter. I think about my parents and my family. That for me, that's strong enough why that gets me up to make me, just keep going.
Just keep going.
Yeah, because I understand it's like, all right, well, now it's bigger than me. Because
Yeah.
in the beginning, especially with when I became a full-time entrepreneur, in the beginning, um, I would just focus on me. I would, yeah, and I wouldn't have like a strong enough reason to get up and do what I do, and
Right.
get up and be consistent with the working out. And then I learned over time that, if you don't have a strong enough reason or a strong enough why, like what's your why? This is something I learned from Corey Arvinger over at
Yes.
Support Black Colleges. And he always ask this question on a live, and that really stuck with me as well. He'll always just be like, so what's your why? What's your why? And once I got a hold of that, I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense. And I really started thinking about, Bryan, why do you do what you do?
Why are you yes.
Like
Yes.
what's the goal here, right? And then I thought about, the generation coming up after me. I thought
Right.
about my future family. I
Yes.
thought about the people in my life who've already supported me my entire life and brought me up, right? So for me, once I got a grasp of that, that definitely helps me out when it comes to working past when I'm not feeling motivated. Because, a lot of successful people, they'll tell you all the time that it's not what you do when the cameras is on, it's what you're doing like when nobody's watching, and what you're doing when you don't feel like doing what it is that you need to.
Yeah. Yes. 100%. So for me, I definitely use that as well. Go back into my why and go into gratitude mode. And I learned that from when I was tapping into the foreign exchange market, and I was just in a group of a whole bunch of just great motivational people, that speaking life into me, and that's when I learned about tapping into what is my why. So that is so strong, and I definitely get why you do that, because that shit will get you going.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll get you going. So sometimes for me, when I overwork and I'm going, and I feel my body just like getting tired and drained, I literally will say, I'm stopping everything. I'm shutting everything down. And
Mm.
I'm going on the beach, or I'm taking this time to rest, or whatever it is. Does it ever get to that for you, or are you just like, I'm still pushing through?
Oh yeah. Nah, definitely. That recharge and that self-care and that taking the time off, like I'd be the first one to tell you, I'm not one of those entrepreneurs that's like 24/7 grind. Let's be
Yeah.
like, now don't get it twisted. Like I'm a high performer. I have a strong work ethic, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, I strongly believe in self-care and
Yes.
not burning myself out doing what I love.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I'm just So when I have those moments where I just may feel a little overwhelmed or something like that, um, I'll take a, I'll book like a hotel and even just doing like a staycation or something like that. Just
Yeah.
going to a beach or doing something for myself that really makes me happy.
To
You know?
just get away from everything.
Yeah. No, definitely.
That is
So
such a
I've
good
been big
part.
on that a lot this year too. Just making sure that I also incorporate a lot of the activities that bring me joy.
Right.
So a lot of skating, watching movies, and playing pool, like
Yeah.
just like just even going to like a cigar lounge or something.
Yeah. Something to
Something
just
that just
take you
unwind.
away from the work life.
Nah, for sure, yeah, because that's important. It's important. This
Yes.
entrepreneurship journey, like if you don't just kind of get a grasp on your mind and your mindset and and really feel where you are,
Yes.
mentally, spiritually, it can drain you. It can really drain you. So
Yeah. Hey, Naya.
yeah, what's
Naya.
up, girl?
So before we get into the next segment, I wanted to just
Yeah.
ask you a few little questions, right? So
What's up?
I had a friend that she wanted to do a photo shoot, and I guess she had a bad experience with a photographer at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And she feels as if every time she tries to do a photo shoot, the photographer flirts, right?
You said flirts?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
like flirts with her. So my question to you is, have you ever experienced, have you ever had a client or anything of experience where they was not trying to be professional?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you getting spicy. But yeah, that has happened before. Yeah, like it doesn't happen a lot recently, especially like within the last like 2 years. Hasn't happened.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least in the last year, like 2021. However, yeah, that has happened in the past, and it's more. Some of them were like subliminal, and then it was like something that was like, oh, like,
You serious?
hey, let's hang out. Like, oh yeah, like you really do. So yeah, it's just a slight curve because I'm real big on like not mixing business with
Business with
personal.
pleasure.
Yeah, I just nah.
Okay, well that's good because I know I have a few, okay, we're not gonna go into that. We ain't gonna go into that.
No. You got something to say? Go
No,
ahead.
I was gonna say like I know that there's a few, photographers, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I chose you because I knew
Yeah.
you were very, very professional, especially when we did that shoot, and our customer, our client was in lingerie. You still kept it 100 and kept it strictly professional.
Yeah.
So that's like one of the reasons why I even will refer a lot of people to you because I know you were super, super huge on that. I'm like, shit, I wouldn't even know how he would react because he's just so professional
Yeah.
when it comes to his craft. So, have you ever had like a really bad experience? Not just with another, just not with just flirting or whatever. Just had something booked and it was just a bad experience with the customer.
Like a bad photo shoot?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've
Really?
had clients that was the clients like back when you just accepting any and everybody. Anybody that
Mm.
comes through the door, you just accepting them, right?
So you don't just
And,
accept anybody now.
oh no, yeah, definitely not. I can't because everybody's not an ideal client. So it would be a disservice to me if I just take somebody money and like I know that one, I'm not even emotionally in it.
Mm.
Tell that you're not ready for the transformation that's going to take place. It's just like when those paying attention to those red flags and everything, you just know. But yeah, like back then, just accept any and everybody, and then you'll have that feeling like, now if I book this client, I know that I shouldn't, but I'm just doing it anyway because I need the money, right?
Right.
So for me back then, I would do that, and sure enough, every single time they prove me right. And I'm just in my head, why did I book this client?
So let's tap into a specific story here because I want to let's sit to that because I need to know a specific story. Let me give us the
I
nitty
really
gritty of.
can't. I can't really think about one specifically right now. But I say like it's just a bad experience,
What
just
is it that
like
make it so bad? Like, is it
it's
like they're
it's
not
not
cooperating?
it's not. I think what will make an experience bad, some of the experiences what made them bad was that we just didn't connect. You know, we didn't
Mm,
see eye to eye. We had different ideologies. Um, and then it was just, you know, it's just like that synergy that you feel with a photo shoot between the photographer and the client. It just
mm,
wasn't there. So I
mm.
mean, it happens, but it happens more so than not when you book clients that you know you're not supposed to book. Like, and
Yeah.
those usually the ones that like that target price, and they want a discount. And back when I'm
Mm,
still accepting clients, even though they asking for a discount, like yeah, I can do it for that because I felt like I needed the money back then.
right.
Um, and the result would be usually a headache. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's definitely happened before. Yeah, it's not all of them are perfect.
I never knew that because we as hairstylists, we have that issue. Like,
Mm-hmm.
especially now that I've become more seasoned. Before, I'm like, shit, bring anybody in the door.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now it's like I'm so protective over my chair, and
Mm.
especially because I'm in my own suite now, it's like my space has to be pure. Like and even if I took a client not knowing, I would like kindly decline the next service because
Mm.
I know that I'm just not that stylist for that person, and this just won't work. Like I need to be comfortable with my clients, you know. So I never knew photographers had that same issue. Honestly, I never knew. I thought you guys were just like, hey, they want to do the shoot, let's do the
Oh,
shoot.
oh no, because it's some that back. Well, yeah, I mean, it's just every photographer experiences. I feel like, especially just having clients that you just not your ideal client.
Right.
They show up late. They don't read. They don't communicate well. They don't,
Mm,
just certain things. And I think it's just all across all industries, not just photography.
yeah.
Just a lot of service-based businesses in general.
Mhm.
They run into that issue. Where some clients are just like that, and
Mm.
you just learn as you
Okay.
go. Learn how to look out for certain details.
Right. All right. So I want to tap in since we're getting close to time. Let's tap into the next segment. You ready for this?
Was born ready.
I like that. All right. So we're going to tap into. Okay, we're gonna go into the this or that segment.
Okay.
Okay. And this is just a little fun segment to just decompress because I'm gonna rock your brain in a little bit. And you're just gonna answer this just simple this or that questions, okay? And just kind of just explain it if I want you to explain it and go a little deeper.
All right.
Okay?
Let's do it.
All right. So this or that. Outdoor shoots or indoor shoots?
Outdoor.
Mm.
Outdoor.
Why outdoor?
I love nature.
Oh,
I love
okay.
the variety. I love the spontaneity of outdoor.
Mm-hmm.
And I love indoor as well. Like I shoot in studio.
Yeah, yeah.
Our shoot that we did was in
Right.
studio.
It was in the studio,
And it's
right?
not that I don't love studio. Like I eventually want to get even more obviously want to improve in all areas of photography, especially in studio. But
Mm-hmm.
I just say for right now, like I just I enjoy outdoor because a lot of times, especially if the weather permits, if the sun is right and all that good stuff, it's the flow of the shoot is just more efficient, I would say,
Yeah.
because you're not having to stop and set up a light and reposition it.
Mm.
It's less things to worry about.
And you probably have more space to be like, oh, let me climb up on this building here and
Yeah,
take the
yeah,
picture from this angle.
yeah. Hold on, let me get under the car real
Right,
quick.
right. Okay, that makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense. Day or night?
day.
Not just for time, just not for your
Oh, just
career,
in
just
general,
overall. Overall.
day.
Day.
Yeah, day.
Well, I can see why you say day now because you're not a night
Yeah.
owl anymore.
Hey, when I hear night, I'm thinking like
Sleep.
11 o'clock, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely headed to the bed.
Okay, so gym or at home workouts?
Gym.
Gym. Wedding shoots or branding shoots?
Weddings right now.
I am
That's tough.
surprised.
That's tough. Dang. Yeah, but I'm gonna say weddings right now.
I would think weddings are the most difficult shoots.
Oh, don't get me. Yeah, it's definitely it's not a piece of cake. With weddings, you either love weddings or you hate weddings. There's no in between. And a lot of
Mm,
wedding photographers will tell you this. And yeah, that's what I experienced. Like when it comes to when I got into wedding photography, um, 3 years ago, when I got
mhm.
into it, uh, I knew I was just attracted to it because I'm like I grew up listening to neo soul. Like I'm big on
I love
neo
Neo
soul,
Soul.
old school R&B music. You know how Black Mamas is on the weekend, growing up, put on
Yeah.
some like cleaning music, got Lettucey and what's it? Heather Headley playing and all that good
Okay.
stuff. So
So it's the love story part of it. It's the romantic part that captures you.
yeah, it's that passion and just two people coming together to really love on
Yeah.
each other. Yeah, it works out for me. Yeah,
Wow. I really thought you were gonna say something else. Okay. I thought you were gonna. I mean, I thought you were gonna say branding shoes because it's just simple, it's just quick, but it makes. I get why you love it so much. That means you really love your career because the
yeah,
hardest sessions is something that you actually enjoy.
yeah,
So that says a lot.
yeah,
Okay, so old or young?
yeah. like, I'm like weighing out the options in my head. I'm like, all right,
No, I love it. I love
we
it.
got old school. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, but I just say young.
What made you say young?
Because I consider myself young.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. I just like it's just the first thing that came to my head. And then I
Okay.
thought who I would relate to, and
Yeah.
who's on like the same levels and everything. So I
Yeah.
just
Okay. Um, city or beach?
beach.
And that's personally, right?
Uh, beach. I just love the beach. Yeah, like
Yeah.
nighttime, daytime. Like I said, that's one of my places that I would go if I just want to decompress, or
Yeah.
if I'm feeling overwhelmed and I just want to, I can just go to the beach.
Yes.
And
I,
then something that a client put me on um, late 2020, I did my first sunrise shoot, and that
oh,
was my first time at the beach during sunrise. And I'm like,
yeah.
this is amazing. So yeah, I say me for the beach. I say
Yeah. I would say beach too.
growing up in South Florida, it's inevitable.
Yes,
Just
that's
going
true. That's 100% true. Slacker or overachiever?
overachiever. Oh, only because I don't believe. Yeah, it's not that I despise slacking. I just I know I could be better, so why not just be better?
Just be
And why
better.
not? Yeah, and if it can be done right, let's get it right the first time. Like I don't want to
Yeah.
slack on it, and that's just always been me. Just a high performer, I would say.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say overachiever
100%. Okay. With friends or alone?
with friends.
With friends. You're blowing my mind with these.
You can go. What was that saying? Uh, you can go far alone, but you can go further with others. I'm butchering the quote right now, but
I
it's
think
something
I
along
know the
those lines.
quote. I know what you're saying. I know what
Yeah,
you're saying.
yeah,
I know what you're saying.
yeah.
I,
So
I, I want, and I really was trying to remember it just now.
yeah, like I'm really thinking about it. It's gonna come to me after the
I know
live.
it's gonna come to
I'm
me
like,
so.
oh yeah, that's what it was. But yeah, no, I definitely say with friends. That's something I learned. I want to say back 2020, and it started to hit me as well. Like 2020, 2021, I learned that because in the beginning I was trying to do everything myself, everything.
Mm,
I was doing everything in my business myself. I wasn't really networking with others. I was
yeah.
just by myself, and it's like even though I was making progress alone, when I really started to network, and then I thought about the network that I wasn't even tapping into and really connecting with others. And when I learned about, just networking with others and connecting with others, the further you can go, you know,
Oh, someone said
yeah,
fast by
that's
yourself.
what it is, D. That's what it
Fast.
be.
You could go
So
fast by
yeah, it's
yourself,
fast by yourself.
but further with your
Yeah,
friends, further with other people. Right.
yeah. So fast by yourself and far with a team.
Or with a team.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
There you go.
yeah. So I
Right.
mean, yeah, like once I learned just connecting with others and just genuinely giving others value
Yeah.
and it doing the same, I learned that you can get so much further quicker. And then I recently just read a book, just finished reading a book called Who Not How by Benjamin Hardy and Dan Sullivan.
Mm-hmm.
And what the book really teaches you is that, when we have a problem, a lot of times we like to ask that question, how can I get this done? How can I solve this problem? But
Mm-hmm.
the question we really should be asking is, who can help us
We
solve this
solve
problem?
this problem. Yes.
Why? Because it'll help you. Like, we have a lot of strengths.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we may want to do everything. So for me, I'm a photographer. Even
Mm-hmm.
though I know how to design a website and I have background in graphic design, I would rather bring someone on to help me with this that can
Mm-hmm.
possibly do it better than I can, because they're going to get it done at a
Mm-hmm.
great quality, at a faster rate, and I just bought myself back time so I can focus on bigger
Other
tasks
things.
that's going to
Yes.
move the needle forward as well. So
Mm.
it's just that, even just that aspect, that's what really helped me drove in that, just connecting with others.
Right. Okay. All right. So two more.
All right,
Mixed drinks or shots?
shots.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
cheers to that.
cheers to that. It's almost going down. I gotta put some
But
more.
look.
But yeah, I say shots.
Okay. Threw me with that one. I could have sworn you was gonna say mixed drinks, but all right.
Yeah.
Last one: cardio or weight training? Mm. I love when I get this pause.
I say I'm gonna just say cardio right now. I do enjoy running. I do. It's been a
Cardio.
while, but I do enjoy running.
I
But
love cardio too.
honestly, with that one, it just depends on what day you ask me. Because
Yeah.
tomorrow is definitely gonna be weight training.
Wait, yeah.
It's like I can see it
Look,
right
you
now.
like
I'm
you
gonna wake
tired. You
up.
gotta be out
I'm
of
gonna wake up like, dang, I should have told her weight training. Yeah.
All right, so let's get into our next segment.
All right.
This is our Blast from the Past segment where I do a dive into your social media
Okay.
and I grab photos that basically needs more explanation.
All right then. Let's
You
go.
ready? All right.
Yeah.
Let's make this quick. All right, all right, all right, all right. All right, here we go.
The shoot with Nadia, Poetic Justice.
This was
So
amazing.
thank you. Appreciate that. That was my friend Nadia, who is so dope, and she's blowing up doing Burger King commercials and stuff now. And so I met her through it's a film house company in Miami called Florida Film House.
Mm.
And she was, working there, and then I connected with her there. And I learned that she modeled, and this was at a time when I was just doing shoots with models, aspiring models,
Mm-hmm.
people who was just fine but didn't know
Mm-hmm.
how to pose.
Mm-hmm.
They just look good taking pictures. And yeah, I mean, we connected, and then we're on the phone talking about different concepts. I think that concept just hit me, and I was like, yeah, I want to do, because Poetic Justice, I really like that movie, of course.
Yes, me too.
And when I seen Janet Jackson, the style that she was going, I was like, yeah, we can do that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So we actually did that shoot in Dania Beach. Yeah, we did that in Dania Beach.
Mm.
And yeah, nah, it was a dope turnout. It was a really dope turnout.
Dang. Listen, I seen that. I was like, I gotta get this one. This is beautiful. Like she got the
Yeah,
braid, even the braids are down to like.
yeah. When she pulled up, she got out the car. I was like, you knew the assignment. You really knew the assignment. So like that's what that was there. Yeah, I think that
Nice,
was 2019, 2018, 2019.
nice. All right, so thank you so much.
No boy.
I love doing this. It's just so fun. This is just I love this.
Woo, you took it back. So this is FAMU Day. Shout out to J School, man.
Ooh.
Wow. So yeah, so this is back when I was at FAMU. I am a proud graduate of Florida A&M University,
Mm.
class of 2017. And here, this is our actual newsroom. So we have an award-winning student-ran newscast at FAMU. And a part of the curriculum to
Mhm.
graduate J School, it's called the School of Journalism, but we just call it J School for short,
Mhm.
for those that don't know. And so part of the curriculum, you had to take this class, and this
Mhm.
class is like a literal newscast, pretty much, that you would
Mhm.
run. So it's a student-ran newscast. I was the news producer, so that's why I'm behind everyone. And then you got Ashley to the right.
Mhm.
She was the weather one. She was the weather lady. And then you got oh my gosh, Ashley and Giovanni that were the anchors. So yeah, like we had a whole team. Like you got like I said, you got weather people, you got reporters, you
Mhm.
have people that's working indoor, like that's doing helping with the production. You got audio mixers, everybody. So you really had that really team that really teaches you how a newscast is ran, how a newsroom is ran, things of that nature. So that was a fun time. That was just a picture we had took just to kind of,
Just seal it.
just kind of commemorate those moments.
Nice, nice. I love that. All right, so let's get into the next one.
Dope. Yeah, so this was a style shoot. Well, it's not a style shoot, but this was a creative shoot that I did with the homie Patrice. And Patrice, she's a MUA.
Mhm.
And I think we did this back in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. And so shout out to Lola and Rain. And yeah, so they got them all glittered up and stuff. I mean, we discussed the concept.
Mhm.
And yeah, that was just that. We was actually on a rooftop in Miami, and
Oh.
I got that shot. I was standing on top of an air vent to get that shot.
Oh,
I remember.
nice.
So
I
yeah,
love that. The hair, the makeup, everything in that photo just grasped me, and I was like, I have to know more about it. I think it was like Fire and Ice or something like that. It was on the
yeah,
photo.
yeah, 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 yeah. Nah, definitely.
Nice, nice. All right, so last one. And after you see this one, I have a question.
Lord. So this was also back during my family days.
Okay.
This was I was in my apartment when I was in my student apartment, off campus apartment when we take this picture. My best friend he just flicked me up. I think we were going out that night.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, we was going out that night, and I really liked that shirt. I had got it from Goodwill. It was like $5, but it looked like it was worth
Yeah,
$100. And I'm big on, um, I don't need to wear the most expensive stuff. I'd
me
rather
too.
look expensive. So
Exactly.
yeah, like Burlington Coat Factory, holla at your boy, cause
Right. I love Burlington.
yeah, no, definitely.
So,
So yeah, that was
how
fun.
old were you there?
How long was I at FAMU?
How
From
old were you?
22 up?
How old are you
Oh,
in this photo?
how old was I? I
Mm-hmm.
was 20. I'm say about 22, 23. Maybe.
23. 22. Okay, so what would you tell your 22-year-old self today?
Know your drinking limit. I'm gonna be real, like, know your drinking limit, bro.
Really?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So you was
So,
wilding back then.
huh?
You was
I
wilding.
wasn't wilding, but it's college. You do what you do in college, and I went to FAMU, and going to
Somebody
FAMU.
said facts.
it's a party every day. It's a club event every day. It's
Yeah.
something to do every single day. And if you don't have discipline,
Yes.
you will not make it at FAMU. I literally witnessed coming into college, orientation, seeing all these people that we were on Uvu video calls with,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing all these faces, seeing them on campus, and then a semester later, they gone. Because, throughout the semester, every day you see them in a club outfit, going to a club event, or going to a party. And not saying that's the reason that, they left or
Yeah.
anything, but it happens. Like that's a real thing.
Wow.
So yeah, nah. Back then, yeah, I was wild.
Yeah. And as you should have been, shoot. At least you learned from it and you got those days out your life and
Yeah, nah, definitely. Yeah, no
you're
cap.
on track.
Yeah, I definitely tell myself to know your drinking limit, because back then, like, I really was, and I'm just grateful to God that things wasn't worse. But back then, I would go to like me and my friends would go to a club event or go to Top Flight. That's a real popular spot in
Mm-hmm.
Tallahassee. And we'll go there afterwards, leave. I'm drunk, and I'm the one with the car. I'm the
Mm.
one with the car, and I got friends in my car, and we're going back to the apartment, but I'm drifting off the road, or I'm drifting
Mm.
off to sleep, and yeah, I'm fighting sleep while I'm driving, and just doing those things. And back then, I just wasn't thinking, oh, I could kill somebody. Oh,
Right.
I can kill people in the car. I'm not thinking about that stuff. I'm just
Right.
thinking, Lord, get me from point A
Right.
to point B. just get me there, all right? And we gonna be all right.
No, but
So
that's major though. Because
yeah,
you
it is major.
even you the way you said it was just like because a lot even at that age, a lot of people wasn't even calling on their creator to get them from point A to point B.
Yeah.
And that was something that I did. One of my good friends just hopped on Shamiza, and she already know we used to wild out, and I would just
And you can wild out when you gotta take a
well, you
pause.
gotta breathe, right? Because and I was always the driver. Like I was
Yeah.
always the driver, and I would literally say, "God, just let me just please let me get from this club to here. Let me just drop my friends off. And I would say that silent prayer to myself. And a lot of people don't do that. And I think I want to say that is probably what that got us through.
Mm.
Just making sure that we were intentional to just get home safely,
Yeah.
because it becomes reckless once you're just like just cruising and you don't give a shit. You're not even thinking about nothing. You just thinking about you drunk and whatever.
Yeah. And it really took me just having gone. It really took me. I just say this,
Mm-hmm.
like, that it's more, I look at it as a testimony now. I used to be embarrassed about saying it, but now I can look at it as a testimony. And
Yeah.
this why I'm so adamant on, and why I'm so strong on just me knowing my drinking limit, and why I said that is
Mm-hmm.
because it really took me going through a season of being arrested and being put on
Mm-hmm.
probation for DUI, for me to really
Mm-hmm.
realize and sit down and recognize just how much I was neglecting my life,
Your life.
others, my flaws when it came as it comes to drinking. So it really just took me going through that season that really woke me up to say, oh, I
Yeah.
was really trying to get my attention, and it really showed me that he really favored me for real, because
Yes.
it was so many times that I could have been, or
Things
could
would
have,
have went left.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
and it didn't. And that's only through the grace of God. It's been times that I literally, like, I was in college, like, I literally, like, I'll wake up in my car. One time I woke up in my car in my apartment complex in the parking lot. The
Mm-hmm.
car was still on, but the
Mm-hmm.
battery died, and I just woke up in my car, like, in the parking lot, like, and just certain things like that. And that's what really, yeah, I had to really get
Interested
in
that.
grace.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just made me look
Presidential
at
Minded
it.
said consequences are a powerful motivator for us all.
Oh yeah, for
Mm.
sure. I feel like it's one of the sometimes we have to go through it. It's like God, I
Yeah.
feel like I joke about it now. I be like, God was like the whole time, like I'm doing all this drinking and driving and all this stuff and falling asleep behind the wheel. And
Hmm.
God was like, Bryan, I'm trying to, all right, you not listening to me? All
All
right,
right, let me show you real
let me
quick.
go ahead. Yeah, let me show you another way. So,
Right, right.
yeah,
Oh my God, that is so true. I had that conversation with my mother because real quick story. I
yeah.
used to like it was in my when I used to have a boyfriend back in the days and I was young and dumb and I would steal the car at night and I would drive to Miami from Fort Lauderdale at
Mm,
like 17 years old and get back home safely 5 o'clock in the morning before she wakes up. And I would literally say I feel like a lot of times God knows your heart. So it's like I know what I'm doing, but I'm not intentional about it, you
yeah.
know? And I felt like he saved me from that because I didn't really know what I was doing. And I didn't get in an accident or anything crazy that never happened. But I said, if I was to try to do some crazy shit like that now, obviously I'm grown, I can't take the car, but in another form, then I would probably learn some major lessons,
Oh yeah.
So it's like when you know better, what is it? You know better, you do better.
When you know better, you do better. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
All fits, what's the all facts, bro? Yeah, so, oh, my friend just to laugh because he knows that story.
Oh.
So, so let's get into the next segment real quick. We're almost done. All right. So this is
Okay.
explain that quote. I have three major quotes for you, and
Okay.
I just want you to explain it in your form and what you mean. Somebody said definitely. He said definitely. It's an unconscious. Read that
Competence will get us
competency
through when we don't.
getting us through when we don't even realize. Yes. 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 Yes.
Yep.
So this is the explain that quote segment, and this is the first one. Okay.
Okay.
You ready? All right. So it says, you don't take a photograph, you make it.
Anybody can pick up a camera, or iPhone, or Android, or a regular camera, and push the button, take a picture. Congrats, you're a photographer.
Mm.
Then there are others that can take a situation, take a location, take a concept, put it together, and create an image that has more than just like a nice color attached to it, but has
Mm.
attached to it, and really create art with it. Not saying that you're not creating art by just pushing the button and capturing the moment. That's art as well.
Mm.
However, it's a difference between just um, pushing the button and actually creating something intentionally. Being
Mm.
intentional with the light, the
Nice.
composition, the
Nice.
posing, the design, the everything. Like really being intentional about it to create an image that, or create the vision. Just bring the vision that you have to life. Honestly,
Right.
yeah.
Mm. So Ansel Adams said that. I don't know if you know who that is. I'm guessing he's a good photographer. But
What's his name?
Ansel Adams?
Oh yeah, nah. I don't know
No.
him.
Maybe
I'll
you can
look
look
him
him
up.
up after this.
Yeah, I'll look him up. That's great. It's a great quote. Like,
Yeah. All right. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere.
logic will get you from point A to B, and imagination will take
Imagination will
you
take
everywhere.
you everywhere.
My takeaway from that is that um, common sense um, can help us progress.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing the things that's common sense to us. And even though we're making progression, we may not get as far as we want to go. Whereas if you broaden your perspective and you dream bigger than what
Mm.
than where you than what your situation is now, or where you see yourself, or who you're surrounded by, when you really dream bigger, and really imagine bigger for yourself, for your family, for just your entire life,
Yeah.
that's when magic can really be created, because the more you imagine those things and you start to bring it into fruition and you believe that you can do it, and then it actually starts to happen, then that's when that imagination taking you
Take you
far
any
comes
further.
to play.
I love that. That is by Albert Einstein. You wrote that down real good.
Hey,
Real good.
Albert, I see you.
Yeah. All right, last one. Success is not what you have, but who you are.
Facts. Facts. And shout out to Reem actually for this one. Cause I want to say, I think it was like last year, he had tweeted, uh, success is not a destination. It's who you become in the process or something like that, right?
Mm.
And I had thought about it. I was like, so you meaning to tell me that the success is not the material things and me being able to take a trip whenever I want to and stuff, but it's who I become in the process. And when I grasped that, when I finally grasped it, it made perfect sense. And then it made it easier for me to get up and do what I need to do every day.
Yes.
Because now I understood that, oh, okay, the real beauty isn't in, the things I obtained, the successes, the accolades, the trophy, all that stuff, the recognition, but who I'm growing into in that process, like who
Yes.
I'm actually becoming in the process. Because Bryan now is definitely not Bryan from 5 years ago. Like you would
Mm.
have met Bryan from 5 years ago, it would be a totally different guy.
Mm.
So, yeah,
Like that.
that's
That's by Bo Bennett. But I also that quote stood out to me because um, I listened to one of the motivational records that I listened to is Earl Nightingale,
yeah.
and he talks about one of the things he talks about is this specific audio is called "The Stranger's Secret." I don't know if you've heard that before, but
It
it's
sounds familiar because I listen to like Earl Nightingale and mainly like Jim Rohn, Rob.
yeah,
All them.
yeah, and he spoke about success. He's because the Stranger's Secret is basically you're guided by your mind, right? So whatever you put your mind to is what you will achieve. And he said that success is the realization of a worthy ideal. And when he said that, he broke it down and said, the lady that wanted to be a school teacher and became a school teacher is a success. The
Mm.
person that wanted to be a contractor and became a contractor is a success. And I think a lot of the times, us as humans, especially with social media and what we see, we perceive that the glitz and glam as success.
Mm-hmm.
And we think that we have to be at the highest of the highest level to be successful. And being successful is really just saying, this is what I want, even if you want to be a lunch lady at a school and actually going for it and doing it.
Mm.
That's what he basically says success is. And I love that because people go into freaking depression thinking that they're not enough or what they're
Mm-hmm.
doing is something that they're not supposed to be doing.
Mm.
So I definitely love that. And I love
I love
her.
that. No, I love
Yeah.
it makes you think that just think differently about success and
Yeah.
whatever you put your mind to, yeah, you can do, and
Yeah,
that's
you could do it. Yeah, shit. You
yeah,
said I'm gonna lose this 15 pounds by summer 2022 and you do it,
yeah,
you're successful in
yeah, yeah.
that.
Yes, no, seriously.
Yeah, I think a lot of people should definitely praise themselves for the little successes.
Yeah, you gotta celebrate the small wins.
Yeah, yeah, of
And me,
course.
I don't know if it's a bad thing, but yeah, I celebrate a lot of my wins. A lot.
Yes, yes. He said
It
we
doesn't
misunderstood.
have to be like a huge celebration, like, oh, I'm going on a yacht party or anything
Right.
extravagant. It could just be like a small win, just doing something nice for
Just
yourself.
something small for
Yeah,
yourself. Exactly. They said we misunderstand the highlights of social media for the measurement of success. Yep, we do.
yeah, that's real. I mean, I remember it was a time that I really, and I'm getting out of. I'm pretty much out of this now. I mean, but I still battle with it sometimes. But getting on social media and comparing yourself to somebody else's journey, and then I learned that you can't compare your chapter 1 to their chapter 13.
Right. Comparison
Everybody
is the
has
thief of all joy.
every, what you better
Mm-hmm.
preach. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, you can't really compare yourself to them because everybody has their own path. Everybody has,
Yes.
so you
Yes.
can't look at them and be envious or
Right.
really compare yourself to them or why you're not where they are now. Like
Hmm.
you may just be seeing them, but they've been doing this probably for 10 years already. They already put 10 years in and just starting to, become recognized for what they've been doing. So
Yes.
once I stopped comparing myself to others and really just started looking at others as, inspiration, and just running my own race and
Hmm.
putting, how you think about the races at the Kentucky Derby. I mean, the horses at the Kentucky Derby when how they got the blindfolds on,
Hmm.
run your race. That
Yeah.
definitely helped a lot.
Yeah. Well, thank you for getting that part out of the way with me. That's one of my favorite parts of my wine glass conversation because it brings so much knowledge and wisdom. I just
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, that was good. It made me think.
Yeah. So, all right. So last, we're coming up to the end, and this second to last segment is pretty much is the host hot seat, and you
I
basically.
remember playing a different hot seat back in my day, but go.
Ah! So you basically get to ask the host one question of your choice, and I must answer.
uh, hmm. Dang. All right. I get to ask you one question.
Yes.
Um,
Don't kill me,
what's a
Lord.
good? Yeah, okay, yeah, take your sip. Yeah. Uh, what tell us about one of your worst experiences with a client and how you resolved it or how you overcame that experience?
One of my worst. So by the grace of God, I haven't had a horrible experience in years because I'm realizing the more you get better in your craft, the less mistakes you make. But in the beginning of my career, I made a lot. I had a lot of bad mistakes.
Yeah.
I want to say the worst one was when I was pregnant with my daughter. That I can remember off the top of my head. I was pregnant with my daughter, and I had the most longest Saturday. I was like 8 months pregnant, and I had the longest Saturday. And I remember being so tired. I was wearing Crocs at work. I hate Crocs, but my feet was hurting. I was wearing these Crocs. That's how I knew I was tired because once I put those on, that's it.
A wrap.
And I was doing a silk press on my client, which is basically straightening their hair. And I guess I was so tired. I had a huge belly in front of me. I think she was on her phone, and I burned her forehead,
Mm.
right? And at first, it was just like a regular burn. I was just like, okay, let me just put some base on it and cool it down or something. And I'm just like, I don't want to say I didn't care, but I was so tired. I was 8 months pregnant. I was just like, you all right? I couldn't find it in myself to really be empathetic to the situation.
Mm.
And she was like, I ended up finishing the service. I think her mom was there, whatever, and they ended up leaving. The next day, the salon that I was working at, they sent the longest review and was threatening to sue me because I guess the burn started to scab a little.
Mm.
And I remember her saying, I didn't want to say much because she's pregnant and, but I'm really upset and this and that, this and that. And I'm just like, oh my God, what did I do? I'm like, my career's over. They're going to take my license. Everything is just going to go downhill.
Mm.
And I don't know what my boss at the time did to resolve it. I know that, they refund the money and all that stuff. But I just remember going into panic mode and I had to write these long emails back and forth with them and then they got their lawyer involved. It was really bad. And I guess she just ended up dropping it because I don't know. I guess the grace of she just felt bad. And I'm in my defense, I was like, I was really tired, and I'm freaking 8 months pregnant. Like,
Mm.
come on now. So I think that was my worst experience because I had never had nobody bring a lawyer in on me, like ever,
Mm.
ever, ever. So, but after that,
Imagine.
after that, I made sure that now when I do those things, I am more thoroughly into it, and I don't work when I'm tired. Like if my body is tired, and granted I was pregnant at the time, but if my body's tired and I just cannot, I kind of let my clients know. I'll just be like, let me reschedule you because anything can happen. So you can snip an ear. Anything can happen when you're tired and you're working and you've been on your feet all day. You start getting blurry and shit. It's like, it's weird. Like, it's crazy. But
It's
yeah,
real.
definitely learned from that experience.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, like I said, I can only imagine like what you was going through and
Oh,
what was
God.
that experience. I know I'm like double dipping in the questions, but
Yeah, no, that was
like
a
I
good
was just
question
like,
because I had to really think about that. But that was a serious, serious time. And to any stylists out there that y'all know, make sure y'all take y'all time at your craft and do not work when you're dead ass tired because you're working over somebody's head and that shit is serious. Like that's their livelihood, that's their beauty, that's everything. So, and that energy is just it's not the best when you're dead ass tired. And I believe in giving my clients 100% of great energy, at least 90 to the least.
yeah, nah, that's real.
But I love that question. Thank you for that one.
Of course.
All right, so let's wrap this up. So this is our life gem segment, our last segment, and pretty much I want you to just give our audience a life gem and tell them where they can find Bryan Smith, Mr. Smitty Vibe.
Life gem. A life gem. You know, it's crazy. We're gonna get off this live, and I'm gonna just think about it.
All the life gems you could have said.
I'll probably think of one, but well, let me start with just like where you can find me. So you can find me on IG at Smitty Vibe Visions. You can find me on across all platforms at Smitty Vibe Visions, TikTok, Facebook, Pinterest. You can find me all at Smitty Vibe Visions. I will say, far as just a life gem. Be grateful. Show gratitude. Gratitude is something that will get you very far. And showing gratitude will literally get you out of a mindset, a toxic mindset that you may have been in. Like, so if things are not working out for you in that present moment, or like an obstacle just came up, a lot of times just showing gratitude for where you are, how things could be worse, but they're not, it can really change your mood.
Yes.
Those moments and those days where you just not feeling it, or you're just, it seems like nothing can go right.
Right.
And it's tough, but, just thinking about, okay, but everything that I prayed for, I have today.
Yes.
And, where I was yesterday, that's not where I am today.
Today, yeah.
And the things I have now, obviously, they're not the most important things, but the things I have now, these are things I prayed for. So I'm going to be grateful for where I am in the moment. And that just helps me take my mind off of whatever, situation that I'm going through that may not, on my side at the moment.
Nice. I love that. Gratitude is one of the major parts that I tap into, especially in my meditations in the morning. I don't feel right unless I literally tap into gratitude for at least 3 to 4 minutes and just say, I'd be like, God, thank you for the organs in my body. Like,
nah, for real, just the little things. God, I'm grateful. I went to Walmart and I had a shopping cart
that didn't
smooth,
stop.
like, like just those little small details. Small things would be great.
Yes, it changed your whole perspective, man, and it just makes life so much more greater. So
it does. It just helps me out. It really helps me out. Like when I learn to just be grateful for where I am, and then it helps me still just keep in tune with God as well.
100%. Well, thank you so much for tuning in today, Ryan. You were amazing. And thank you for my amazing photo shoot that I can now put put my guests on this amazing flyer with these amazing photos that you took of me.
Thanks for
Thank
blessing the
you.
camera.
Yes, 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 yes. And you did amazing. I know you finished your wine, but I definitely want to make a toast to this
Okay.
amazing conversation and to future projects that we will work on together and future wealth and future health and just amazing
Future
prosperity.
abundance,
Yes,
future prosperity,
all of that.
future millions,
All
and just
that.
like setting a legacy that's great for all our future generations, all that good stuff.
A
Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
And I
thank
will definitely have you back on, probably a year from now or so, or 2 years. Who knows where this will take me,
you.
us. But I would love to have you back on so that people can see your journey.
Oh, for sure. I commend you for starting your podcast because that's something that definitely has been on my mind. But I'm glad to see that you definitely you took action on that, and I'm looking forward to see where the podcast go because I
Oh,
thought I told you from the get go, like it's a dope idea, dope
yeah.
concept, everything about it. I just love it. So, nah,
Thank you.
many blessings to you on that journey. So yeah, I look forward to seeing where you at a year from now.
Right?
That background gonna be totally different. Watch.
Oh, totally. Totally. I was telling one of my guests that I don't know if I want to keep it like this because it's so convenient for my speakers, or if I want to have them come to me, you know. So I don't know yet. We'll see. But I
I
know
mean,
by the end
after
of
a
the year,
while,
I do
yeah,
want to have something,
yeah,
huh?
yeah. I mean, after a while, people will just start coming to you if they
Yeah,
haven't
that's what
already.
I think. Once it gets to a certain level, I'll set it up that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, and by the end of the year, I want to have something nice, for wine glass conversations where I could bring my peoples in and we
Mm,
could all network and just be in one space and
mm.
sip some wine and just, have fun.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey.
Yeah. So go get some rest. I know I took you over your time.
Nah,
Thank
you
you
good.
again, Ryan.
You good. Nah, you good. I definitely wanted to make the time, took the time out. When you, like I said, when you had requested me to join in with you, it's a no brainer. So, nah, it's perfectly fine. I'm gonna still get up.
I appreciate it.
What's up? What's
So
up?
I will see you soon. Take care and many blessings to you.
All right, you too, Chantal.
All
Y'all
right.
good.
Bye bye.
Appreciate y'all.